Hi, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Matt Hannah.
And this is Horror Hour with the Hannahs.
We're kind of like the Ghostface Killers, but both of us are Stu. You like that intro? No.
I like that one. Can you tell we're recording this right after Halloween?
We just drank the last 2 nights in a row.
And one of us just watched Scream, so...
You watched Scream from, Hannah watched it from 1:30 to 3 a.m. I went to bed. I felt bad, but...
Well, you didn't need to feel bad. I was thriving.
I'm pissed I didn't watch it.
I love Stu Macher so much. I love Matthew Lillard. On the brief topic of this, just so you guys at home know, we will not be covering Scream 7 because of the firing of Marissa Barrera. But that is a conversation that we can have in depth.
We'll probably see the movie still. We won't pay for it, though.
Yeah, we will not be paying to see that in protest.
Yeah,
so that's a conversation we could have on the mic at a later point. But since we brought up Scream, it kind of felt like we should mention it since the trailer just dropped in real time. Yeah. Okay. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're not talking about movies from the 90s or movies that are unreleased at this point. We are clearly in the year 2025, so we are going to be talking about the best horror movies from this century thus far.
That being the 21st century.
Yes.
The best... Our Lord and Savior's 21st century.
In the year of our Lord.
In the year of our... Yeah.
So, since we're officially a quarter of the way through the 21st century, we wanted to talk about what are the best horror movies to come out since 2000.
Facts.
So we actually polled a number of our fellow film podcasters, film TikTokers, etc.
And just strangers in general. No? Okay, no strangers.
Matt was not involved in the polling whatsoever.
This is not a accurate poll then. There's no random.
There was a few randoms, but it was mostly people that I just
You don't understand statistics at all.
Hey, I've seen you
fraudulent polling.
Well, I said, hey, I've seen you post. Will you fill out this survey? And I also did on Instagram. There are a few randoms. I posted it on our story and said, if anyone else wants to fill this out,
go ahead.
Can you please let me know?
This is the kind of fraudulent polling that showed Hillary Clinton sweeping the country in 2016. Hannah.
Oh, dog. Let's not make this conversation depressing out here. Don't do that to me right now. We're already struggling enough. We are going into a month without SNAP benefits now, dog.
I thought we weren't talking about sad stuff. We're talking about horror movies.
Some of the horror movies on my best of list are sad stuff.
Okay. Mine too.
So,
No, I evened it out with some insane picks, just so you know.
I don't have any insane picks, I feel.
I'm feeling crazy. I finished it about an hour ago, my top 10 list. So
yeah, I've been asking Matt to do this for weeks.
No, I think it'll make it even better. It'll make it even better. So let's get into it though.
Yeah, so we're gonna start by doing our individual lists, and then we're gonna get into our survey results. So let's do our personal top 10. We can go back and forth saying one after another. Is that cool?
Okay. You don't have yours in order, do you?
No, I do not.
Should I save my most insane ones for the end and go? I will.
Okay, that's fine.
And if you say one that I have,
that will be your next
we'll just
pick.
jump in. Yeah.
Okay. So give us the first one.
Oh, the very first one I have on my list that I wrote down immediately was The Babadook.
That was also on my list.
Yes, I adore this movie. I remember when it came out, it actually was a movie. I was in high school. And it kept me up at night. And my mom will lie about it, but it kept her up at night too. And when I asked her about it, she's like, that's not true. Both of us were that night after watching it. I remember talking the next morning being like, okay, that was really scary. I was freaked out by The Babadook. And I think that was one of our first, big on-the-nose grief narrative movies that I think kind of nailed it. So big fan. I'm sure you are too. So tell me what you think.
Yeah, The Babadook is also on my list. I think it's one of the first horror movies that I saw that kind of reminded me that the genre can be a work of art, because I think I hadn't really watched a lot of horror movies before this had come out.
Yeah. You had not gone down, you had not been enlightened to the world of horror yet.
I had not, and it was probably one of the first 5 or 10 horror movies I ever watched, frankly.
Yeah. Was it with me, or did you watch it?
No, I watched it with high school friends.
That's right. You were freaked out by the Babadook.
I mean, it is a scary fucking movie, dog. I watched it at a friend's like graduation party and like sleepover, and the entire room was like freaking the fuck out.
It's a scary movie.
It was a bad sleepover choice. Everyone was flipping out, and we're like, "Can we sleep with the lights on?" Like, I think this movie is so thematically beautiful and wonderful. I love mental health narratives, so that like the grief piece is incredible, and I think this is one of the most influential horror movies of the century thus far.
100p.
All right, give me another one since that was on both of our lists.
So I know this is going to be on your list as well.
Why don't you give something that you know is not on my list, or that you think is not on my list?
Okay, the one that makes everyone really mad at me.
Okay.
Skinamarink. Scariest movie I've seen in a long time. Came out a couple years ago. People get very mad. I warned them before watching it that, hey, it's just shots of ceilings. But guess what? Like, nothing else on my list is like it. And I think it's one of the scariest movies I've watched. So it's got to make my top 10.
Okay.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah,
so fight me out there.
That is not on my list, but I'm happy that you brought it to the table because I do think it is a very unique film, obviously.
Yeah. It's messed up. It's just sheer terror, in my opinion. So I don't need. I've said a lot about it. Go to my TikTok. You can hear me talk about it there, or our TikTok.
Go to our episode. Matt has talked about it on like half the podcast episodes.
Well, it's because everyone gets mad at me. So all right, hit me with one.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the most recent movie on my list and say Sinners is on my list. I think Sinners is undeniably the film of 2025 thus far, and probably will go down as the film of 2025.
I think you're probably right.
I think it is such a beautiful and creative combination of like period piece and horror. I think the acting is incredible. The music's incredible. The production design, incredible. Costume design, incredible. There's like nothing about this movie that does not work for me.
There is an episode we have on this that we really gush about it. So I'd say go listen.
It's with our friends at Movies and Us. It's a great episode.
I want to say, I did not put Sinners on my top 10 list.
Is there any reason why?
There is. The reason is I went with real horror movies, in my opinion. And Sinners, while I love it, is not a horror movie. I love it, and I will say it's a horror movie. But, like, come on. I really started thinking about this as, like, scary movies. At least for them. Yeah, everything I picked in here I would consider a scary movie. Except maybe one. And so I left it off for that reason. I also think it's so hard to put it on the top 10 of the century because it just came out. There's such recency bias. So I think it was on my short list and I deleted it. So it was like close. And then I said, you know what? No, it's out.
Okay.
I love it though. That's a great movie. I think I gave it probably a 5-star. So.
I gave it 5 stars both times I watched it. I think it's my favorite movie of the year. And I think it is a majority of people's movie.
There's going to be a theme with my list that I think for the most part, chose what I would consider like true horror movies. Like if I
think that's the least horror movie on my list.
Yeah. Like another example, like say we had done the 90s, I would want to put 7 on my list, but I think I might pull off putting 7 on my horror movie list because it's not really a horror movie.
And to be clear,
or Zodiac, something like that.
I would agree. There are movies that I had on my honorable mentions list that I did not. My only rationale for not putting them in my top 10 was like, is this horror enough?
Yeah, not scary
and
enough.
I don't have a reason to go between these two movies.
Sinners is an easy win, so it's like, why not? But that's why I was like, I'm going to be controversial. So that's it. Is it my turn to name one?
Yes, give us another one.
Okay.
Give us your
You're going to have
fourth.
this one. I have Midsommar on mine.
I also have Midsommar on mine.
Yes, I want to let Hannah say something. I decided, as much as I also wanted to put Hereditary on here, I was not going to put 2 Ari Aster movies.
And I think that's fair, but...
I think it's fair. Hereditary, this is hard to say. It probably is. It's a short list for sure. But of the 2, Hereditary's scarier, but Midsommar just hits me so much harder. I think Midsommar's a genius film. And it hits the horror elements and everything. So I decided to go with Midsommar and not Hereditary. But honestly, these could be swapped out, which is why I decided to only go with 1 because I wanted to open my list for more stuff. But
I thought about doing that as well. I thought,
which one would you keep?
I put both.
But no, if you were to do it, which one would you keep?
I think I would keep Hereditary over Midsommar purely because that movie rocked me more than any movie that I've ever seen.
Actually terrifying, and I'm probably messing up not putting it on here.
I think that film is absolutely terrifying, disturbing, upsetting. Like, it hits all of the types of horror, really. It's not just like one type of horror. Mm-hmm. It's doing all of the things that I look for in a film. And
it's one of the most dread-filled movies I've ever seen.
I've like never felt more uncomfortable in my life than watching Hereditary in theaters. Like, afterwards, it wasn't that I was like, I'm so scared I can't sleep alone, but it was like, I'm so disturbed I don't want to be alone, that I was like, hey, Matt, I'm staying over. Because at this point, we were in college, like, we didn't live together. I was like, hey, I'm staying over because I'll die by myself.
You went into like a depressive episode after this movie.
I don't think it was that bad.
Okay.
It may be a few days of funky, but
it's a good selling
the movie that like actually put me in a depressive episode is Manchester by the Sea. That fucked me up. I was like really depressed for like a month. Like, I was not okay.
I remember.
Yeah, but that movie is incredible. I love that movie so much.
Wow. Either way, when you see what else is on my list, people are going to be very upset with me for not putting Hereditary on here. But it was just out of love of I needed to spread the wealth,
and I get it.
Areas, so I left it off.
All right, so I have 5 that I've shared so far. You have 4.
So I'm back. Yeah, sorry, I kind of forced your hand to say Hereditary.
You did. All right, give us another one.
We both love Midsommar, so
we do.
Okay, again, I'm keeping it simple starting off. I'm going to have to say the first Conjuring movie.
Okay.
And not because I think it's like the best movie of all time, although it is quite good. It's because I have long attributed it's being the kind of changing in tides of the horror renaissance. Maybe Insidious first, but The Conjuring really, I think, solidified that change to kind of the horror we've been getting over the past couple years. After, it kind of is one of the earlier, like, less mean-spirited horror movies, because there was that post-9/11 decade where I feel like every horror movie was really, really mean. So that is why I'm going with that. I think it's really important and has kind of shaped the genre and allowed it to be blockbuster and successful and has led to movies like Sinners. So I think we can like actually thank The Conjuring for getting something like that. Is that crazy to say?
I don't know.
I think it's opened up the realm to give us like blockbuster.
I think
movies.
that is true.
So like even like movies like Get Out and Us and Nope, like all of Jordan Peele's movies, I think can at least somewhat thank The Conjuring's success. So maybe I'm crazy, but
well, I do think I agree in that like Insidious and The Conjuring really put the genre on on the map, because obviously we've had tons of horror before that, but like the horror renaissance I think can be really attributed to James Wan films.
I agree. I completely agree. I have another one of his films on my list. Spoiler.
That's really funny. I have 0 James Wan films on my list. And you know that I love Insidious to death.
That's actually kind of nuts you didn't
put it on my list.
Okay, all right.
I love it a lot. I will talk about it later in the episode. But it didn't make my list because I do think there are things about it that I don't love. Specifically, the further just like drags the movie down a lot for me.
It does.
And I did not put The Conjuring on my list because I also think The Conjuring is an incredibly well-made movie. It's scary as fuck, as is Insidious.
It is. The Conjuring is really scary.
But thematically, I don't like it, so it didn't make my list. I'm sorry, like a movie that is just trying to push Christianity on me is not making my list. So
I've actually only said 4, I think, now. So do you want me to do another one?
That can't possibly be right.
Did I delete something?
Wow, how have you only said 4? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Give me another one.
So I was spoiling that I said I have another James Wan movie on here.
Yeah, so tell us.
It's not Malignant. Although I would love it to be.
It's Malignant.
It's Saw. It's Saw.
Okay, I was going to say.
Saw is so important and amazing and fun. It's one my mom has put on her top 10, I think, of all time, which is saying something as a woman who has lived through a lot of horror movies.
Yes.
It is awesome. It is such a good movie. Again, we have an episode on it with Twice the Terror back in the day.
Who doesn't even podcast
Rest
now.
in peace. We love those two. But I mean, it's hard to even talk about Saw other than it's just such an amazing screenplay, to be honest. Like, they're making so much with so little, and like it kicked off the whole franchise, which I love, even if it's batshit insane. But I mean, you can't beat a little like gory mystery thriller soap opera set in a dirty bathroom. You know, what else can I say? I mean, you don't have it on yours, but I'd love to hear. Compliment it. Compliment Saw.
Like, compliment
say nice things.
my movie.
Please clap.
Please clap. Okay, Jeb. So yeah, I love Saw. I just rewatched it for Halloween. I love the soap opera of it all. I think the first one in particular is a different kind of scary than obviously the rest of them. I love a horror that takes place all in one space. I love kind of how like campy the performances are. I think it really works.
They're like this weird level of like campy, but also feeling very like how people act.
Yeah.
Like it's like a weird realness to it. It's like an uncomfortable realness.
I think Saw mixes like some elements of camp with like serious tension and really well.
There's just nothing else like it. That first one, at least now there is, but at the time, I mean, you could compare it to like Seven or there's some other movies. Mad Max, the first Mad Max movie has some elements, but
haven't seen it, so I don't know.
So, okay, that's it. I just want to say it. Everyone loves Saw, right? Cool. Yes. I hit us with another one. That's should. 5 for me.
I'm gonna say a movie that I know you have on your list.
Okay.
Or at least I strongly assume you have on your list is Raw.
I do have Raw on my list. That's gonna be one we both have that like no one else has.
No one else is gonna have.
That says good things about Raw. That just means Hannah and I have good taste.
I think that's true. I absolutely love Raw. I think Raw is an incredible coming-of-age film. It's an incredible body horror film. And the combination of the two works so well because coming-of-age is fucking scary and gross and physically stressful and disturbing. I think the combination of cannibalism as a method for this coming-of-age budding sexuality story is so fun. I think there's also part of it is the context in which we first saw this movie is really fucking funny. We've said it on the podcast before.
We don't need to go again, but we were a little toasty.
Yeah, and we just like stumbled upon it and then lost track of it for like 10 years and we were like, we need to find that movie again.
Let's make sure it was good because we thought it was really good at the time and then we rewatched
10
it.
years
Oh my
is
God.
An exaggeration, but 5 plus, yeah. And then we watched it again and we were like, holy shit, this is a work of art. Yeah. It makes me want to watch any Julia Ducournau film that comes out. I'm excited for Alpha, even though it had mixed feedback it can.
Honestly,
but I'm
a horror
on board.
movie getting mixed feedback is usually a good sign.
This one has like mixed.
I don't.
Like,
yeah, well.
Like rotten.
Okay, well, we'll find out. All right, hit us with your next.
How many do you have left to share?
I have 4 left to share.
Okay, then I'll give another one.
And I don't think we share any in the last 4, so that's cool.
This is one that we could share, I'm not sure. The Witch.
I decided to pull it.
Matt!
I pulled it.
Oh my God, I would have saved that for last then. The Witch is like
I love The Witch, but I pulled it.
I love The Witch so much. I think The Witch is genuinely my favorite horror movie. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think it's great.
I love her so much. I love Robert Eggers' very unique style and that he's just kind of doing his thing and his like historical
the stuff he wants to do
are really interesting and different than what most people are doing. But I think The Witch specifically, as like a woman, I think stories about women being accused of witchcraft are so interesting. I think specifically this weaving that into this familial narrative is so great. I think the film itself looks excellent. It's tense as fuck. It just like builds suspense the whole time and like you can debate whether there's a payoff to that. But I think the first time I saw this movie, my chest hurt so bad.
There's a payoff. There's no debate, right?
I think a lot of people would say no.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I think The Witch is kind of allegedly controversial. We saw it in theaters and like my body hurt the whole time.
Oh, I think it's great. It's a true art house horror film though, which is I think why I pulled it because I already have some art house horror films on here. Like we've picked those and I realized I needed to get some true horror films on my list. So I needed to get out there a little bit.
Okay, well, my list is very me and that it's all very like recent art house.
That's fine. No, and I think a lot of people pick that. And I found myself going through and I was like, I need like the true horror movies. Like I'm talking like a horror movie you put on as a kid that scares the shit out of you.
Don't say, I don't like that you're phrasing this as true horror movie. I think you're referring...
Classic horror.
I don't think that's
what word am I
fair
looking
either.
For?
I think some of yours might be a little more like accessible
Sure.
to the masses.
Accessible to the masses.
A little more popcorn horror than my list.
I wanted to pick some stuff that, yes, more popcorn. I wanted to pick something that brought me back to a time of like walking through the Blockbuster or the Eagle Video at Giant Eagle and seeing a cover of a movie and being scared and being like, I will never watch that, and then watching it later, or going to a sleepover and putting something on that you shouldn't be watching. So I realized there are a lot of those in the 2000s that you don't know. So I picked.
What do you mean that I don't know?
Well, that you haven't seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on. So that being said, I decided to put on my top 10 Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which is insane of me. I know.
I haven't seen it.
But obviously. I remember seeing a trailer for it as a kid, and I was scared of the trailer on TV, like hide under the covers, scared of the trailer on TV. And I watched it for the first time recently, and I loved it. It's very, very controversial, but it's grimy and scary and mean, and like really, like every stab in this movie had me like ready to hide under the covers again as an adult. So I'm crazy. I put it on there. It was either I needed to put a Rob Zombie film on there because I think he truly gets the grime horror that I forgot that I needed in my life up until recently. And I might be a zombie truther now. But
I need to share how wild of a pick that is.
It's so insane.
Not a single person we polled said it.
I know. But Matt Dalton would agree with me.
Matt Dalton would not agree with you. He did not put it on his list.
Did he have House of a Thousand Corpses on it, though?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it was between Halloween 2 and House of a Thousand Corpses for me, but I decided to go with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I was putting a Rob Zombie movie on here.
Only 2 people said House of a Thousand Corpses.
He would agree with me in terms of like when I'm talking about this like grimy horror that is kind of a little bit of a forgotten art. Well, so I went with it. I'm crazy. Everyone can make fun of me.
Well, speaking of movies that Matt Dalton loves, he said the single best horror movie of the century thus far is Barbarian, which is maybe a bold take, but Barbarian is on my top 10 list.
It isn't on mine, but it was my short list.
So. Barbarian is my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies of the 2020s. I think this movie is incredible because of what it's doing in terms of structure, theme. It's funny as fuck. It's scary as fuck. I can't recall the last time I felt that stressed in theaters. I don't think I've ever ruined an article of clothing from hiding behind it the way I did for Barbarian. I think that this movie is kind of misunderstood in what it's doing structurally and thematically, but I think it's really creative in that way. And I think I'd be remiss to not bring Zach Krieger into my list.
I think that's a good call. I like it. I like that movie too. It just didn't. It was on my short list.
Okay.
I also need to go back and specify that I'm talking about the director's cut of Halloween 2 for Rob Zombie. There is a difference. So,
okay.
Okay. Coming back to me now.
Yep.
All right. I got a blockbuster horror on here.
All right.
I needed to pick one Jordan Peele movie, and I didn't know which one to pick. And I decided to go with Nope, which I usually say is my favorite.
There was never a reality in which you picked any other Jordan Peele besides Nope.
I love all 3 of them. Nope,
you love Nope the
is
most.
So fun and says so much. Another very good episode on it, I would say. All our episodes are good. We're great. Go listen to it.
Well, that episode's funny because we just end up roasting
Logan Paul. Yeah, that was a good one. Nope is awesome. Great blockbuster horror. Really good space and alien horror, cowboy movie, a little bit of everything. So it's fun as hell and scary.
I think it's like a very, very beautiful horror movie. I love like a beautiful blockbuster horror. That's why like Sinners is my beautiful blockbuster horror. I
went with Nope over Sinners, basically. I feel like putting both on there. It's like putting like 28 Years Later on there as well. They're all like the cinema, the blockbuster cinema.
Okay, 28 is just doing something. It's completely different.
Sure, but it is like a big cinematic. It's big, beautiful, big budget. Like
28. Years. Sorry. Yeah. I was like, Days is not any of those
I wouldn't put Days on my list, even though I like that movie. But okay.
Okay, well, I also put a Jordan Peele movie, but I put Get Out.
And I honestly, I think any 3 of them could go in here. People say no to Us, but Us is great. Haters just,
I think I was between Get Out and Nope, but I think I ultimately had to put Get Out because I think
Dread-filled as well. I just want to jump in and say that.
Yeah. I think Get Out is just like such a thematic wonder I think it's just so
Nerd.
thematically poignant and important for the world that we're living in. I think it's obviously well acted, well made in all regards. I think it is one of the most influential horror movies of the century thus far. And I felt kind of stupid not putting it on my list.
Yeah, well, that's why I went with Nope. So I get it. I was like, I got to get at least one Peele movie on there.
So you have one left?
Two.
Two. Okay, go ahead.
I have two left.
Okay.
I have what is the greatest found footage horror movie of all time? Wreck. Which I'm sure made your short list.
It's on my short list. It's not on my long list.
I just felt that it's just such a good piece of horror that feels like nothing else and is actually a successful found footage movie, which I think is rare in a lot of cases. And it really just it's scary. That's what I would say. It hits like a really good scare. And I enjoyed it a lot. So that's why it's up there.
Yeah, I was between Wreck and another foreign language film, and I ended up going with the other foreign language film, which is like a bigger budget style film. And I really didn't know why I went with the other one. I think because the other one like emotionally moves me and makes me cry, and that's pretty big. But I love Wreck. I think it is the best found footage movie of the century. That and Creep. I love Creep. But Wreck is actually fucking scary.
Wreck is really scary.
Wreck is so scary. Like, if we're going in terms of, like, the scariest movies of the century, Wreck is on my list.
Yes. And I wouldn't say that was what my list was scariest movies, but it is a little bit of combination of, like, that's what I keep saying about the, like, more distilled just horror. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to have some of that on here. So. Okay. But what was your foreign language movie that you went with? Train to Busan. Classic. The movie makes me cry.
The movie make me cry. I think it is just it's my favorite zombie movie of the century.
Yeah, reasonable.
I think that's very reasonable in my opinion. I think all of the zombie designs are so well done, so gross. The practicals on the film are great. I think setting it on a train and being like stuck on a train with zombies is so cool.
It's a great setup.
I think all of the the action scenes are so tense and well done.
You missed something. The character creation.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly, we know all of our characters, and we all have motivations, and they all have personalities. Mm-hmm. And it's really impressive that you're able to kind of endear me to all of these different people and have distinct personalities in such a short amount of time. Yeah. So just wanted to shout that out. Sorry to interrupt.
I completely agree. We have an episode on this movie, so feel free to go listen to that too.
We have an episode on a lot of these, except for my hot takes that I picked.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we got to do Rob Zombie's Halloween too. Mm-mm. All right.
I'm okay.
Are you ready for my last one?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do your last one?
You could do your last one.
Okay, this is another crazy one that no one's going to pick, but they're wrong, and I'm right. Because I'm smart and you're dumb.
Oh, sure.
Sorry. I'm just kidding. I needed another grime in my life, I decided. I needed something gross and pure distilled horror, and I went with the Evil Dead remake, Evil Dead 2013, which you just recently watched for the first time.
And it was rad.
And it's rad, and it's scary and gross and vile in some ways, and mean-spirited and fun as hell. It's like all of these things, and I feel like it honestly, I could argue, I think I could live in a world where I could argue it's the best horror movie of the 21st century. Is that crazy to say?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to argue it. That I think Evil Dead 2013 is the best horror movie, scary movie of the 21st century.
I don't like that you keep emphasizing horror.
I know. I'm being a jerk.
There are so many. Just because a movie doesn't make me want to pee my pants doesn't make it not a horror movie.
I know.
I've been meaning to make a TikTok on this? And you're like really inciting my frustration.
Good. No, that's perfect. You let it fuel you. Let it fuel you. Anyway. It's really good, and it's another one that I think brings me back to what drew me into horror as a child, which is just like being very scared. Mm-hmm. And now it's become so much more, but I felt that I needed to make sure that was represented because I don't think it is very much. Yeah. So it's a really good movie. I highly recommend. I would love to cover it on the pod. I've been begging Hannah, so we'll see. Maybe someday.
I've added it to the calendar, actually.
Nice, because
so.
you liked it. I got her to watch it, and you were like, I've only seen it twice, but it blew me away the first time I watched it.
I also have a guest that I think would be fun. So
it really blew me away, though. Like, I watched it for the first time as an adult, and I was like, oh, this kind of rocks. So it's in the same vein as Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 for why I'm picking it, though. Okay. So that's it.
All right, my last one. I'm kind of like pissed off it's not on your list, but based off your own logic, I know why. I
shortlisted it. It's great, but I just pulled it. I'm sorry. I know what it is, though. Go ahead.
I saw the TV Glow.
Fantastic.
It's our favorite horror movie of last year.
Absolutely gutted.
Probably favorite film of last year. It's top 3 favorite films of last year.
Completely gutted me. I love that it's pretty Lynchian as well. It's awesome.
Surrealist, beautiful, thematically, just so important. And
also very scary in a different way.
Existentially so.
Yes. Can I also say these movies will probably grow into a top 10 of the half century, but because they're so close to coming out, it's like tough. I feel like it's hard to like compare because it's like still so recent. You know what I mean? Especially because a lot of our picks are pretty recent.
Yeah.
I need more time is what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
To see what else comes out,
Okay.
We had a lot of overlap, though. So
yeah, Matt, run us through your top 10 real quick.
My top 10. This is crazy. The Babadook, Midsommar, The Conjuring, Skinamarink, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, Saw, Wreck, Nope. I wrote Raw. Oh no, Raw. My bad. I said Wreck and I got confused. And Evil Dead 2013.
My list.
Why are you shaking your head at me?
Because you don't know how to read.
Yeah.
He's back to the illiteracy.
Well, there's Wreck and Raw. I thought I said it already, so go ahead.
Mine is Train to Busan, I Saw the TV Glow, Raw, Get Out, Sinners, Barbarian, Hereditary, Midsommar, The Witch, and The Babadook.
These are pretty good lists. People are going to freak out on me to be like, you put Halloween 2 on and not The Witch? And that's what I want. Come at me, haters.
All right.
Or I put Skinamarink on the list over I Saw the TV Glow. Come at me.
We're going to have to make another TikTok with you starting your list with Skinamarink and then
starting it with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
I don't know. Skinamarink is the way to get fight.
I don't know. People, even horror fans and Halloween fans hate it. But okay, cool.
So let's talk about our actual survey results because we went on about ourselves
a lot,
much longer than I anticipated
My bad.
doing.
We're conceited. You called me that last night, so
because you are, and your friends agreed.
Whoa, rude.
Matt is just attention seeking when he's had a beer.
Facts. That's where my personality comes from.
It was so attention seeking. It's hilarious. Okay,
rude.
So. On our poll, not only did we ask what are your top 10 favorite movies of the century, we asked what do you think is the single best movie of the century, horror movie of the century thus far,
Sure.
and what would you say is the single most influential horror movie of the century thus far.
Hit us with them.
So we had some friends contribute some clips to tell us why they thought certain movies were the most influential of the century thus far. So we're going to let those people speak for themselves now.
Hello, listeners. This is Billy D of the Halloween Babies podcast. In my opinion, the most influential horror movie of the century thus far is 28 Days Later. The unique look, tension, and immediacy of Danny Boyle and Alex Garland's film paved the way that would rekindle an interest in zombie-inspired entertainment that dominated the horror zeitgeist for well over a decade. It proved that you didn't need a huge Hollywood budget or expensive top-of-the-line cameras and equipment to produce an effective and successful horror film that stands the test of time while being held in high regard. Despite zombie fatigue and a tsunami of good and bad entertainment, films are still being made that are trying to push the boundaries of what is normally expected from a zombie film and horror in general. Last year was a prime example of this outside of the box thinking with films like Mads, New Life, Outside, and Die Alone. I'd like to thank the Hannahs for inviting me to contribute to this episode. I am Billy D, host of the Halloween Babies podcast, and you can find me on Instagram or wherever you find your podcasts.
Hi there. This is Billy from the Nothing to Fear podcast, and in my opinion, the most influential horror movie of the century thus far is Saw from 2004. I think this because it really set the stage for that extremely gory torture porn stuff we saw in the early 2000s up until the 2010s, which has now, I believe, calmed down and given rise to the much more cerebral, elevated horror movies we're seeing nowadays. But it also brought onto the scene both Leigh Whannell and James Wan, who are, in my opinion, powerhouses of the horror genre, especially James Wan giving us so many Annabelle-type movies and Insidious and The Conjuring, all those very popular movies. I think that they've both left their mark, and they'll continue to do so for years to come. Yeah, anyway, you can find new episodes of Nothing to Fear wherever you find your podcasts. Because remember, they're just movies. There's nothing to fear.
Hey, I'm Rachel, friend of the pod. My pick for the most influential horror movie of the century is Get Out. It's easy for people of privilege to turn a blind eye to injustice in our country, but Get Out forces the audience to address uncomfortable realities with clever and thrilling writing. We all thought something different would happen in the end when we saw the cop car pull up. We felt it in our stomachs. Why? We know how this real-life horror story all too often ends in America, with an innocent black man dead at the hands of police.
So I was very glad for all of those people for contributing to the episode. Thank you guys so much. We will have their info in the description for the episode. So I did want to share, though, the top answers on our poll overall.
Okay, let's hear it. I haven't seen this yet, so I'm going in blind.
What would you say would be the most influential of the century thus far? Before I read these.
Oh, that's so hard.
I have like a
I said already.
list.
It's The Conjuring in a dumb way. It's not like The Conjuring's doing anything crazy, but in terms of like what we got after it, I think that it's really important. At least, and it like splits the century right in half, basically. So
I have a long list of them. I have 5.
Okay.
I'll just like read through them.
Sure.
Insidious, for the reasons you said. The Conjuring. I
Yes.
just think Insidious did it first. Saw.
I mean, it did do it first, but yeah.
The Babadook,
Yeah.
Get Out, and 28 Days Later. All for different reasons.
28 Days Later is a bold. I like that choice. That's just influential for the whole zombie genre and zombie media.
Yeah.
Which like is kind of annoying because it's good, but it led to a lot of really
Amazing.
like obnoxious, some amazing and also really like obnoxious tropes that we've overused.
Yes, this is very true.
And again, I love The Last of Us, but like, come on, there's a lot in there that's annoying. The Walking Dead basically fully fell apart and was completely influenced by. Oh, it wasn't, because it was a comic that came out at the same time. They both just had the same idea. So, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes.
No, I think those are good picks. Good work. You're smart. You're a historian.
Thank you. And for the results of the poll, people were on the same page as me.
For most influential? All right.
Yeah, so third most influential was a tie between The Babadook and Paranormal Activity.
I guess Paranormal Activity leads to Blumhouse being big, but like,
yes.
I don't know if I agree with its influence. I guess it influenced Blumhouse into making money, which led to, fine, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual like filmmaking, I don't think it's that influential.
All right, whatever.
I'm just saying, all right?
Don't shit on all the people who said it, dog.
I just don't like it that much.
That's
Go
fine.
ahead.
That's a different thing, though.
Yeah.
Second most influential was Saw, which...
Yeah, facts. Yes.
And most influential, above and beyond listed as the most influential, was Get Out.
That's really interesting.
Over a quarter of people who answered the question said Get Out.
I guess it has like led to more people entering the horror space, and it like has opened up opportunities to tell like other stories, especially from like, you know, Jordan Peele being a Black creator and like making a movie about Black culture. Not culture, what am I saying? But like the plight of people of color in our country.
Yes.
But I was gonna say, like, have we gotten more has it actually influenced more movies, or have we just opened up a realm of more people making these movies?
I think it's definitely inspired politically charged horror movies. Horror has always been political as a genre, but I think we're seeing more in the last
I mean, even like Kreger has like, you know, you're right, like Barbarian and Weapons both have like some more political charged ideas behind them. Okay, yeah, I agree. I was just trying to like see what Get Out's actual influence was. And we probably won't see it in full display until later, because you look at something like Halloween, the first one, and it's like, oh my God, its influence is on about 40 other movies that came out after and franchises. Like, it influenced all of it. Like, Get Out doesn't have yet the copycats or the like movies that are very clearly inspired by it that I can think of. But
inspiration doesn't mean it's a copy paste. Like Halloween has like copy paste.
Agreed. I'm saying though, I'm curious if we're gonna see something like that at some point. But okay, cool.
So now we're gonna go through the actual top 10 list.
Best of the people that
Yes, so we can just chat. If we haven't already chatted about the movie in our top 10 list, we can comment.
Yep.
So
this is best horror
top
movies.
10 best according to
Science.
our polls.
According to this is the top 10 scariest.
No.
Okay. I'm joking.
Scariest is a whole different question.
We monitored their
baby
heart
boy.
rates while they watched it.
So I'm going to go through the top 10 and then we'll go through honorable mentions that didn't have enough votes to make the top 10. In 10th, Train to Busan.
Wow, great for Train to Busan.
Yes.
That's really cool, actually. I didn't expect that.
It is the only foreign language horror movie to make
Rest in
the
peace
top
to Rex.
10.
Rest in peace to Raw. No
Raw
Climax
was never
either.
making it. No,
Climax was my short list also.
I don't know if anyone even said Climax.
Wow, uncultured.
2 people said Climax.
Oh, there we go, cultured. All right, cool.
2 of them. 2 of y'all are cultured.
I pulled it from my list, so.
All right. And number 9 is The Conjuring.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, how could you not? I don't even know if it just is. It is. That's all I can say. It is what it do be. Like, it is what it is.
In number 8, I'm so happy about this one. I didn't think it would make it. Barbarian.
That's awesome. Well, we've catered our audience well, apparently, or our friends well. Yeah. This is maybe just cheating. I told you this is a bad poll.
Maybe. Weapons is one of the honorable mentions.
Oh, wow.
Fun enough. Yes.
Again, it's way too recent, I feel like, to just be like, yeah, it beats all this out. But hell yeah, good for them.
Well, I talked to a few people, like Andrew from Revisionist Almanac put Weapons, and I was like, holy shit, so recent to put that on your list. Yeah. And he said, well, it was that or Barbarian, and I just kind of pulled trig on Weapons.
Yeah, good for him. I kind of like Weapons a little bit better, I think.
I do.
You know what? It's too hard. I'm not even going to say that. Don't quote me. Cut that out.
Okay. Cut that. Okay. In a tie for the next 2 places, we'll just go in 7th, The Witch.
Fuck yeah. Another controversial. I'm kind of surprised because again, these are not a very accessible movie in my opinion. Although I love it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's not a very normie movie.
In 6th, Midsummer.
Shout out. Weirdly, more accessible in my opinion. Just also really disturbing.
I think it is much more accessible.
It's more accessible, but also it's like kind of dangerously accessible because it's
so
it leads you to a path of feeling disgusted. Mm-hmm. So hell yeah.
In 5th, It Follows.
Ooh.
Was It Follows on your shortlist?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I like this movie. I don't love it as much as everyone else does. I think it's good.
It Follows.
I think it's just fine though.
It Follows was on my shortlist.
I think it's just fine in comparison to these other movies. So that's fine though. What do we got now?
Okay. Next up is 28 Days Later in 4th place.
Really interesting. And I like that movie, but again, not my short list.
No.
I wonder what it is. Is it like that's our Night of the Living Dead of the 20th century? Like, and the zombie influence that has led to so much more. I mean, it's great, but
the homies love 28 Days.
You didn't even love it that much.
No, I didn't. I think it's like a 7 out of 10 movie.
Yeah, I kind of feel similarly. Like, I like it, don't love it. But maybe we are coming from a place where we didn't watch it when we were younger.
We didn't watch it when it came out. We've watched all of the things that were influenced by it first.
Yes. I would say that is maybe part of the issue for us. But all right, that's fine. Keep going.
In number 3, with over 40% of people listing this on their list.
Whoa.
Sinners.
Very cool. This was the one that I was just like, very accessible, which is going to make it higher. And it's an awesome movie. It's fun as hell. Mm-hmm. I think I just get further away from it, and I'm like, it is a horror movie, but also it's like easier for people to like it because it's not that scary, you know?
Yeah, I think it's more accessible than like
even Midsummer, you know?
Jumpa scary.
Yes. Because it's like, you could just it's not really scary. It's just a vampire movie with like really good acting, and it's great. And it is great.
But
that's
incredible.
why I'm like, I almost feel like it's cheating a little bit.
Calm
but you
down.
know what? It's great, so I'm happy it can be up there.
Yes. In number 2.
You know I love this movie. I'm not trying to like talk shit on it.
What would you guess? Did you look at my notes for the top 2?
I'm sure I saw the top one. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have looked.
I actually despise you.
I didn't mean to. It happened. I don't know what 2 was. Oh, wait. I can guess, though.
What would you guess the top 2 would be?
Right now? Well, we haven't had a Peel movie yet.
Yeah.
And people, the hoes love Get Out.
So in number 2...
I'm hose.
So in number 2, with over 50% of people listing this in their top 10, was Get Out.
I mean, yeah. Again, it do be what it is how I'm putting it. Like, how could it not be up there? It is so influential. It has pulled so many people into the space, and it's one that, like, has just made Jordan Peele even more of a household name. Come on. Like, and everyone's like, we're going to watch whatever he makes. And he's made 3 pretty perfect films, in my opinion. So,
And in number 1, Hereditary.
That is so awesome. I'm just going to say, like, that, very deserving, even though I didn't put it in my top 10. I think I probably agree. I joked and said Evil Dead 2013 is the best horror movie of the century, and I didn't even put Hereditary in, but it probably is. Like, I think if we're going to say art is objective right now, objectively, Hereditary is the best scary movie of the century and the best horror movie of the century and one of the best movies of the century. Mm-hmm. So people are going to be like, what is Matt's ideology right now? How could he not put it up there and then say that?
You're a dingbat.
I got some weird manifesto going on. Very incoherent horror politics from me.
Yeah, what the hell?
No, that's also just incredible that people picked it because I don't think it's super accessible. But, like, in terms of dread and terror and everything, like, it just is. Mm-hmm. Like, again, it is, like, I think it's all of that solidified, and it's great. It was a movie you said you never wanted to watch again after seeing it.
And now I've seen it, like, many times. But
yeah. It is in a league of its own to some degree, which is maybe also why I didn't put it on there, because it's like, yeah, of course Hereditary's top 10. Like,
well, then you should have probably put it on your top 10.
No, I'm standing by it because I like Midsummer better.
Ari Aster, the only creator who hit the top 10 twice.
Good for him. Eddington.
And then everyone else like hates the other 2 movies.
Nope, Eddington rules. I haven't seen Beau is Afraid, but Eddington's awesome.
Yeah, we're afraid of the penis monster.
I'm pumped that people put Hereditary up there, to be honest.
I was so excited. I thought...
Sorry, that was a long rant about Hereditary, but...
I thought it would be Hereditary or Get Out. And so...
Really? Okay.
I'm unsurprised to see the top 2 being Hereditary and
Hereditary is really controversial among all viewers, but not among horror viewers. And that's the thing. Like, horror lovers and movie lovers are like Hereditary rules. The general population is I think, split on Hereditary. Well, there are 3 types of people. There are people that saw Hereditary and were terrified and were like, this makes me feel bad. I don't like it, which means it was successful. There are people that saw Hereditary and said, it's not scary, it's bad, aka our buddy Noah.
Dum-dum.
And then there are people, you were in the first camp of like, this is too scary. And then there are people that are like, this is so scary, I love it.
Yeah.
So that kind of ends up being, 66% almost on the dislike if we're saying that's split in half. That was my point. But it's great. And I think it'll be considered a classic. So.
Yes, I agree.
Cool. All right.
So
let's put that short list.
Yeah, let's talk about 10 movies that didn't make the list, but were within a few votes. So 1 vote away was Cabin in the Woods and The Descent.
That's kind of awesome. The Cabin in the Woods is up there. I don't think it can. It's so reliant on what came before, which is the point that it's tough. I mean, it's great. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
3 votes away was Weapons.
Incredible, actually.
The Substance. I was actually surprised The Substance didn't make the top 10.
It's just so new.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The Ring.
Which is a movie you and I both don't like.
Yeah.
The Ring, I'm telling you, I think that's a generational thing, though. It was so influential to young people when it came out, like teenagers when it came out. We were just under the cusp of that.
And my bitch ass didn't see it until like 5 years ago.
And so, like, on rewatch now, it doesn't hit as hard, but at the time, I think it hit super hard. We actually talked about that with Britt and Andrew, remember?
And we just had an episode come out on it. So,
yep. Sorry, I just remember we talked about the whole generational portion of it. Yeah. Cool.
Also, 3 votes away was Talk to Me.
Weird. People love that, but fine. I don't.
Matt does not. Matt is a hater.
I'm not a hater. I think it's fine.
And the other movie that was 3 votes away was Saw.
Hell yeah. Pretty good list. I mean, these are all pretty in there. So. And
then there are 3 movies that were 4 votes away that I did want to go through.
Sure.
Sinister.
You know how we feel about that one. Did we even do an episode on that? We did, didn't we?
I'm a hater.
It's fine. There's some cool parts. Okay.
The Wailing.
Really?
I love The Wailing. Really love that.
Good for them, the people that picked that. Those are the true ball knowers, are the ones that are in the cusp on here.
Yes.
Picking The Wailing. The Wailing rules.
The Wailing rocks. And Insidious.
Hell yeah. If somebody had The Wailing on there, I feel like, again, that's a real ball knower.
Yeah.
I didn't, but like, hell, good for you. You got good taste.
Yeah. It's a pretty rad list.
That's a really scary movie.
Yeah.
A really dread-filled movie.
If you have a movie and you want to know where it kind of ranked in the overall list or how many people listed it, feel free to DM us or comment and we'll let you know.
I have to say, this is like a pretty damn good top 10. We've got an audience and friends with good taste.
I agree.
I'll say it again.
I agree.
This is good taste. So,
yeah.
We love our horror fans out there.
We did ask on this list, like I mentioned earlier, what is the overall best horror movie of the century thus far? Because when people filled out the survey, they didn't have to rank order things because we were too lazy to do the math, frankly. So we just went with how many times it was
a lot of math.
Mentioned.
Yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, ranked choice voting. Well, the United States government doesn't even do ranked choice voting. Why should we?
Yeah, so we did ask a question, what do you think is the single best? So we are now going to throw in clips from a few of our creator friends explaining what they think is the single best.
Hell yeah.
Hi, this is Damien from Talk TV. Thanks for having me on. For me, The Conjuring is one of the best horror films of the century because it had everything the kid in me who loved going to the video store could want. It delivered popcorn spilling jump scares, a sense of realism through the Warrens, and backstories that made you want another film. I remember the look in my mother's eyes when she finally decided to show me why she once stood in a long line on a freezing New York night to watch The Exorcist. Some films have that effect on a generation, and I truly believe this is one of those films. The Conjuring franchise will be discussed and revisited for years. Parents will be eager to show their kids these films for the first time. It makes me miss those Saturday night family trips to Blockbuster. A true horror classic, the cast and crew, the Warrens, have created a lasting cinematic legacy. The last thing I wanted to say is thanks for hearing this horror lightweight's opinion. You probably hear this often, but you guys have a great show. I'm really loving horror with the Hannahs, and honestly, I'm happy to be a new subscriber. Thanks.
Hey, it's Rick from Rick's Horror Network, and in my opinion, the best horror movie of the century thus far is Get Out. Jordan Peele took the genre and treated it with real intention. The film moves with clear logic, sharp tension, and scenes that feel crafted and stitched together. Nothing in it feels accidental. Every line, every moment, it just pulls you deeper into a world that looks familiar, but carries a real danger under that surface. The fear hits because it feels grounded. It's not a ghost story, and it's not a creature feature. It's a social trap that grows more and more uncomfortable the longer you stick with it. Peele turns that pressure into a form of terror that follows you home and stays in your head long after the film ends. Get Out shifted the direction of modern horror, and it showed that the genre can be intelligent, precise, and of course culturally aware without losing impact. You can find me on the old YouTube, the TikToks, and the Spotify, but you'll never find me on the Facebooks.
All right, well, thank you guys for shouting those out. We got friends with good opinions.
We do. Yeah. What do you think is the single best? Do you have one?
The single best horror movie of the century?
Yeah.
I said it already. Evil Dead 2013.
Shut up. I think it's Hereditary, which kind of matches the top 10 list.
I didn't put it on my my list, so I feel like I can't say it. But at the same time, like I'm convinced like it probably is.
Yeah.
It just might not be my favorite. You know what I mean?
And that's fine.
But like again, I'm talking about objective art here, which it is not. Objective art, Hereditary is number 1.
Art is simply not objective.
Art is not about the artist.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So those are our lists. I did want to kind of wrap up with saying a few of our personal honorable mentions that made the short list, but made the our longer list, but not like our top 10.
Yep.
Because I meant to kind of do this earlier and I didn't.
I had mine on Rec and you had Rec, definitely, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had Rec, It Follows, The Substance, The Conjuring, Insidious, Nope, Saw, Green Room.
Oh, good pick. I didn't have that, but I will now. Green Room.
And then if I'm going based off scary, I have Oddity. I don't think it's like the best made, but I think it's scary as shit. And then I have 3 movies that I said, is this horror enough to bother including in my top 10? Even though I do think they're horror, I was kind of using that as a guide to take something off, or they would have probably made it. Ex Machina.
Oh, yeah, no, but yes.
Black Swan.
Also, yes, but no.
And Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, that one could have gone on.
I think
Pan's Labyrinth plays.
I think Black Swan and Pan's Labyrinth are like actually horror. But I think enough people debate them that I was like, fuck it, that's a good enough reason to not list it. Because if I have to put those on my list, I'm going to have a meltdown, like taking things off. Like I will have a panic attack and I'm not doing that. I
named a bunch of my short list already, but I do want to shout out, since Matt had it, because he convinced me of House of a Thousand Corpses. I've watched it twice, and the first time I was like, I'm not getting behind this, and then I finished it and it all clicked for me. And then I watched other Rob Zombie movies, and then I watched it again and was like, oh, no, it could be up there. But I think it's just in terms of like how it's so different. So but that's it. That's what I want to shout out. All my other ones were basically shouted out. So
okay, awesome.
Maybe like a Lake Mungo or something. I haven't seen it in a while though.
Lake Mungo is not on my list.
Yeah.
And only 2 people listed Lake Mungo on their top 10s that we pulled,
well,
which is kind of, I expected it to show up more.
Yeah.
But, you know, it'd be like that.
Oh, other people had Evil Dead 2013 on their list, though.
I did tell you that. I saw it when we went through it.
I don't, maybe you did.
4 people had Evil Dead 2013.
Okay.
I had a lot of movies had like a lot of votes, and then everything else was like 5 or less.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Those 4 people, we can be friends. All right, well, that basically wraps it up. So shout out to everyone who sent in their answers for the polls and everyone who sent in clips. We appreciate you.
So appreciative of everyone that partook in helping make this very well-rounded list. We love you all for partaking, and we will be posting your answers on the socials if you gave us permission to do so.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, well, I've been Matt Hanna.
I'm Hannah.
This is Horror with the Hannahs. Stay tuned and stay scared.
Thank you for listening to Horror Hour with the Hannahs. Make sure to listen to future episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever else you can find podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube, where we post episodes and shorts. You can follow us at Horror Hour with the Hannahs on TikTok and Instagram, as well as at Horror Hour on Blue Sky for more content. If you like the podcast, please follow and leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. Happy hauntings!